Good morning, Justice for Sabally Forum. This is your brother Modu Sabally. I have a special message today to deliver to the voters of Busumbala constituency, I guess the most prominent, most controversial constituency in this election cycle. And the message is a non-partisan message because since the announcement of my candidature for this constituency, I've had broad support across political lines. And since the issue came about President Barrow conniving with 𝐬𝐩𝐞𝐚𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐠 and IEC to block my candidature, everybody has seen that other political parties have stood up and stood by me during this very difficult period. And this involves the APRC to Alliance candidate, Honorable 𝐬𝐩𝐞𝐚𝐤𝐬𝐧𝐠 and of course the leadership of PDIS's Busumbala constituency, and we saw GDC as well come in to support the truth, to stand for justice. Because like I said, this is beyond me. It's Momodu Sabally under the hammer of oppression and discrimination today, but tomorrow we don't know who is going to be the victim. So I want to appeal to the entire population of Busumbala constituency to remind us all that the Gambia right now is like a boat without paddles, an aeroplane without direction, a ship heading for the iceberg, while President Barrow is getting more and more intoxicated with power. We all know that the essence of democracy is the balance of powers, an effective mechanism of checks and balances for overall sanity and effectiveness. Indeed, it is common knowledge that the term democracy is derived from the Greek words demos, which means people, and kratos, which means strength or power. Therefore, power belongs to the people. Democracy, as people's power, is an old concept with a long history. Moreover, the democratic system of a country is a product of the free will of the people as a whole, where every individual is free to make political choices that suit their interests. President Adama Barrow and his National People's Party stand to counter all of these principles because Barrow wants to be your absolute master. I know you will not want that to happen because the old saying is true: power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. As if the preponderance of evidence, partly corroborated by the European Union, is not bad enough that the December presidential election was not fair, Barrow and his NPP are now taking further steps to steal the people's franchise by using supposedly legal roadblocks to cancel the power of the people to choose their own representatives. It is quite clear to everyone that Barrow and his NPP clearly campaigned against the implementation of the 𝐬𝐩𝐞𝐚𝐤𝐬𝐴 Commission report during the December presidential elections. Some of you would remember hearing Ibrahim Asilla, the information minister, clearly saying in a rally in Fonyi that I, Momodu Sabally, should leave the UDP because a UDP government would fully and wholeheartedly implement a 𝐬𝐻𝐚 Commission report. He said there, insinuated and clearly indicated that the Barrow government is not interested in implementing the 𝐬𝐻𝐚 Commission report because that was not in their political interests. Now, this same government has decided to cherry-pick this commission's report in terms of what to implement from it and who to spare and who to employ in cabinet as a clear testimony. That is a clear testimony that this government does not believe in justice and fair play. Now that they have connived with the IEC to use that same 𝐬𝐻𝐚 Commission report to strip me and the electorate of Busumbala constituency of our rights to vote and be voted for, we all need to speak with one voice and show Adama Barrow and his turncoat National Assembly member the red card. The fact that Barrow and his accomplices used the law to stop me from contesting does not make it the right thing. As Dr. Solnjai posits in his essay, Momodu Sabally, let the people of Busumbala decide, man. It's very possible that the decision to deny him of his right, his birthright, the right to run for office is legal. But just because something is legal does not make it right or even democratic, quote unquote. Indeed, in the words of the legendary revolutionary philosopher Charles Montesquieu, there is no greater tyranny than that which is perpetrated under the shield of the law and in the name of justice. By using the 𝐬𝐻𝐚 Commission report as a political weapon and ignoring the Faraba Banta Commission report that dealt with the murder of innocent Gambian youths, President Barrow has clearly demonstrated that he is not interested in justice, rule of law, and fair play. The fundamental question we must ask ourselves is this: would we sit down and not vote, or worse still, vote for the NPP to have a majority in our lawmaking body? Now that President Barrow has shown us his attitude toward the law, would we allow him to control the National Assembly that makes and corrects and rectifies our laws? Therefore, I am hereby calling on all voters of Busumbala constituency to come out with full force on April 9 and vote out President Barrow's candidate, 𝐒𝐚𝐥𝐿𝐴. A National Assembly candidate who sold his soul to the devil does not deserve to be re-elected into that esteemed office. Adama Barrow knows that my presence in the National Assembly would shine a bright searchlight on his corrupt administration, and that is why he abused the legal process to stop me from contesting this election. He knows that his auctioning of our sovereignty to other countries, his daylight robbery of our tax money in the national budget, and his aiding and abetting of organized crime in this country would come to an end if I, Momodu Sabally, became the elected National Assembly representative of Busumbala constituency. Adama Barrow knows that all the social and institutional ills he is spreading in this country would suffer a deadly blow if the people of Busumbala constituency were allowed the opportunity to vote for me. And that is why he used the IEC as a willing accomplice to truncate my bid to represent you in the National Assembly. If Adama Barrow actually believed in fair play, and if he respected the right of the voters to choose their own representative, why did he prevent the voters from exercising their democratic rights to vote for their own representative? My good fathers, mothers, brothers and sisters of the nation's political powerhouse, Busumbala constituency, especially Lamin village, which is my home, please come out in your numbers on April 9 and vote massively to deny the NPP 𝐒𝐚𝐥𝐥𝐲 the opportunity to return to that sacred house after selling himself to Adama Barrow for a monthly allowance of $10,000. By voting out this NPP incumbent from the National Assembly, you would have taken one more powerful step in curing the worst sickness of our society, barrowflation. And barrowflation is the worsening of the ills of our society, like hyperinflation, corruption, deportation, drug trafficking, high crime rates, and insecurity as manifested in what is happening in Fonyi right now. It is a documented fact that our country is now a major gateway and destination for hard drugs like cocaine. Barrow's involvement in the Casamance War has made our country unstable to the point that the IEC was recently contemplating postponing election in that area for security reasons. With our current high unemployment rates and impending deportation of youths from Europe, the Gambia is a potential recruitment base and target for terrorist groups like Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb. A vote for the opposition and against the Barrow cabal in this election would be a vote to secure our local peace and global stability. A strong National Assembly to check and control the executive will help cleanse our nation and preserve brand Gambia as a bastion of peace, security, and stability. May Allah grant us the freedom and peace each day that we pray for in our national anthem. Let justice guide our actions towards the common good. God bless the Gambia. May Allah bless and protect this country. May Allah guide us to safely and peacefully conduct this National Assembly election and grant us victory for the truth. And the truth this time around is on the side of the opposition. Adama Barrow has shown us who he is, and we should not ignore the signals he has given us. Let us go out and vote massively in Busumbala constituency and all other constituencies in this country from Koina to Kartong to give the red card to the rising price of basic food commodities, to give a red card to the deportation of the young people of this country, to give a red card to high crimes like rape and robbery, to show a red card to the sale of the sovereignty of this country, to give a red card to war and instability like what Adama Barrow has visited on the people of Fonyi. This is your brother Momodu Sabally bidding you all peaceful and successful election on April 9, 2022. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Yo, assalamu alaikum bading Busumbala constituency mol ntelal badi Mamadou Sabali mbal samala bi Ramisora April kalo tili warawula mbal tentula mbal jayila ali fasaro men tandinna anali kano men tandinna kabrin fintita nko mbe député ya nyinela Busumbala constituency pour un sekali moti membe sila ali banko la député bumbato support men fintita UDP nkol wala leba nyato bar parti yodol fana matu UDP bulu APRC nkol fintita yela kanoni la fasaro tandinna GDC fintita ya tandinna parti dol fana namol fintita hani mol men koy date politiko to e ko Modou Sabali late lale lafta pour ka carte faye ise signé député bungoto katu député bungo mansa kunda la sinkir bere sabol men beje atemu kum sinkir bere kumma baleti munena take adama baro anala kurun kafo anala keren kafo wolle kijoye farafoy pisalta carte fayo man sutiya folo fan ikoy kalluwala tunkun wolle fintindi menusa tandino ko ntete lola no carte fayola adun yalon ne ko imantra tonya kan imantra sila kan barbaro e kukiline tandi gambian kol e ka tela fo ko every gambian has a price ako kodole bate bulu gambia dingo gambia dimbe balu kan banko kan baroko ako songole be tela adun ate songo bate bulla ay wala fode bari ntenga lon ne ko gambia dingo dol bije alfati ko yo men ya lon ko abe sanji taworo fa sanji tanse sotola wo be mira kan dalaso dam malela ame mira kununa baro se wasannole alfati ko yome ya lonko ay tapale yake jawara la mansakunda ya sorong ay tapale yake ya jamela musakunda ya sorong baro be wasannanole bari ntenga lon ne gambia din kendol be jamme ya lonko ila foraya million ta sannano billion ta sannano adu ngalon ko gambia din sifal e be siyarim Busumbala constituency le baro te wol sannano ko itante male ay menu sang ay sanne ya tandala ko baro e bentol sannano len tol manjara fanna bari gambia dingol be janne barote men sanna non telata wala de woto na banko be damen tunkungo men to altol gambia din kendol altol carte faylal men be Busumbala constituency ananya constituency sol altol lese gambia kanandi katu na banko be nyamen ten kulunji bantangoleng adu nimma wuli ngani kulungota nga londi silo kan masibo men be kela atemo karla nyin kulungona nsajibano menna ka kisandi nyimasi bola me ya nyatelina wala na carte kesoti nga mutanga finti nga carte o fay in April tili kononto men kana carte fayo men bekela ka fay National Assembly election ngalo ne ko tapale ya men keta presidential election me yalan ko dalilol fintita je fo European Union fon fintita e ko nyin carte fay amantani silola wo dalilo e mo jamal lamfundil ay e bulo fa baronata nyin tilimbali ya menke ana fasa bal ntela kuoto way modol fanan kamfa bari mbe dani rolla ko Busumbala constituency and by extension Gambia carte faylal be ali nga finti nga carte o fay April kalotil kononto nga carte o fay pour baro akana gagner al député wol kana ke majority National Assembly katu ni waketa na démocratie lebe kasara la na banko mantorol men ben kan men kamunta ko ni luanta ya men baro ba tamandi kan crime ka nyapi musol kan ka dumol kan ka murolta ka kidolta ka molla fengol busibulu nyin corruption me yalon ko awajabita fo baro fo ngala mansakunda fo yalon ko tilimbali abila mansakunda fo auditor general fintita ako Dr. Samatela ministry health sector ko do men kasarata je nyin coronavirus jamano wala asiyata million kemen infenti wo health ministry kilingo bitilo wolela doku lal bodo felole ko ete doku wakla kato nyante jola menne me jowala o kodo kabo min tole na budget e jumal le kadera député bungo tole National Assembly jumal le nyanta jela ko budget o kodo wala namu kodo afintita menkan ka approve ka di man sakundala ay ke woti wara buso ila mul kan National Assembly leng woton solata mo kendo laje men yalon ko barote sandano dala si wuli tan na karo wol se sino yenna luwal deda luwal ye tiling yenna budget o deda namo kabo damen altol bulu Allah hajo be damen ase dunje nyin keren kafo ye nyin tiyatu mo ben busi tiyati yola député wol dam male se tiyatu ngo busi no keren walla ya murundi tiyatiyulla baɗoɓe kala député soɓe wollati men keta forolti min te fan wafila thamanan qalilan ko Sékou Badiadiou e men ke bo sumbala constituency alto le Sékou Badiadiou alto la carte o diyala ali yake député oti na lafta e jiije a sembote barola a barako tala a koɗo tabulu pour ka o bayno aɗum naali fintitali e carte o fayi ali Sékou Badiadiou bondi ñin député bungoto député wol bebe tilinna ko bendango ñim banko kan kato aɓe koyle male ko président o ɓe dundi député bungoto altolla carte kesole dundi je wota lafta menna e ñanta wala kela a lafta e ke ñamen e ñanta kela wala ñamen wala ñama député bungo fanan na luwal ka deɗa jeele kaali ya lon ñamen député bungo ka luwal deɗa ni man sa kewo soto me yalon ko sa en luwa men diyata te je ka wala tamandi menu ba noma aya nyakasi wala hani wali tilimbali ake menu be tonya fo kange iko ina mantra kukilim politiko la silora ay wol busa wala albe sonna le ka carte o foy wala député wali ay na loi fali nyaawo nya diata e bang katu menke tantela kuoto iko jane commission report ye wala tamandinte kan wajana commission report wala mambure njaay nyol ning alaji sise nyol be chodi ko so taro be la kuoto baro etani be do ko wala wajane commission report Ibrahima Silla minister of information la lota wala ku wala foni presidential election ko Modou Sabali baba la commando bo UDP na NPP katu alaji Ousseynou ni wasita be jane commission report aba implement la kanyan takela nyame way men tandi wolen ko baro nala Ibrahima Silla anala keren kafo jane commission report itol maw muta kuti men kummayata ya kummayandi wati jumale kabiri yaje ko isa tano le yake jora wati kante balinga bung dum député bungoto tuma men na commission ol be jang wala report ko fara banta commission kabiri paramilitaire kido mala na funding ko laga ye fa batilan bataro kan wo commission o be larinje baro ma o commission ol report o tim ama tamandi TRRC report me yalon ko Ousmane Sow nyol ala director general SIS ala minister Sol ani mo Jamal Essa Baji Jesus nyol yewol be tumi iko imanyana do ko kala man sakunda barayo commission report of an landi akati o tamandila bari jane commission aseo use no ko jorango nyimman sakeo membe sirinjang ay atandalla ko amal loi bunya ata bunya la albe mun kala no pour baro e loi bunya loi e tama walen aliana la député wol bari quartier kesola aliadi opposition la woliesi député bungoto ye baro taya sindi ya control katu luale sembodi la pour yoke pour tilngo setamano banko kan mbadi busumbala constituency call alialo ne ko baro Gambia bitilo atole benna bal kamfora ya watenna tuma menna baro tata fandung wandi banko la man sakunda bulu wala sojarol nata ye keloken na banko kan fola bangola bitilo anana manke Gambia la tar Gambia dingol keta refugee solti Gambia banko kan barola sabumma barninga National Assembly soto député kendol be damen menete fawa fila dala si wuli tanna wol senyin ko topoto no le pour wandi banko la kelo ndaka na keye wandi banko la sojaro ikana nanna banko kan sa ko sefitino wulindi je woto mbal danila Gambia membe kerin jambi na internet Senegal le kadinna security baro fangola security state house Senegal security le bije ngo fo Gambia dinkendol ma wulu jamba men sen to la hajol tapotono ba ñin lokun tambilale nawek tata power purchase agreement signed with Senegal sign hanina kuranga be bolonan Senegal le muna Gambia dingol nto la banku di yam na fam munati mbama ñol alkal dingol men wulu al ka karam ngo joye ka karang ila karango bal tol nim banko na fala nyaadi le nim banko la kam foro ya wafita banku dola dingol wol kana ikana banko la institutional ta ika tamandi adiate nyamen baro e Gambia ke safar langoti député bu ngo se mako ñole kanyin kuwol beta ke régler banko la kam foro ya sabati banko dingol bulu tiyatungo me ya lonko na député bungo wolle nyanta kala sojaroti ya busi kerengola ya tiyatungo ta ya murundi tiyatiola wala nambe daniro kala busumbala constituency momo bunte munte fasa lati imun kanunte woti imun badi ngoti ise wuli sibiti lungo yeta carte o fay carte o nga Sékou Badiadiou nga bali carte kesola ngadi opposition olu la pour Sékou Badiadiou ase fondo nyin sirangola nga mo kendo dundi je me ya lonko ase lo banko ye pour banko la nyatota ñina na kumoti pour busumbala constituency bele nak amanke political party kilin na kumoti mbele denta constituency la nin carte o fayta men gagneta abe sila busumbala constituency bele ate soyla party kiliye wala nangani message oke pour kadiamu constituency be momo carte faylati je dukare alfinti ngatandi barola ko ase molu sannole menube mansakunda ka bantambili modu sabali nin député bungoto dungola follow bari busumbala constituency kol altolle tamal fanti aliye sembo men soto baro ma soto carte kese kilinna babul carte kese wuli wulo le busumbala constituency woto nim baro nata fatata ala faltol mutala yiri kun toti mbawma aja kadi jami alamani manin ka farkela ko nyala modu ni moye muta yiri kun toti ko jijaay busumbala constituency mbal danila alfintalia ko jija baro e sibitelungo aliya tandala ko démocratie ala tunkungo ala sarto walen sembo me mol lebulu o sembo walen munti walen carte keso al sata ali seku bajaju balala nga opposition MP soto fo busumbala constituency balobe mbunya la wolto asen horoma dunia belebe busumbala constituency la ko korosi kan sain ibaji be kan albe mun tamandila la carte keso la ala tandi dunia la ko ali alla nyanto lonne ali alla mo démocratie al mu hadama dingol leti al manke yiri kuntoti ni me yal muta yiri kuntoti al bar ko jijala tonya e sabati ntelal badi mamoudou sabali mbal be tentula mbal jayla assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah